Today I'm going to teach you how to make my homemade Choco tacos. Incredibly easy, delicious, and perfect for summer. Now if you love fun and unique foods, don't forget to subscribe and let's make some awesome. The first time I made these Choco tacos, I actually started with the ice cream. I took the container and I cut it in half, so I had 2 half circles. Then I cut slices and refroze those. Then I ended up wrapping the homemade waffle cone around those slices and then refreezing again. It was a lot of work, it was messy, but it totally did work. But since then I found a better way of doing it, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. We're going to start by making the homemade chocolate waffle cone batter. Add sugar, melted butter, and vanilla. Add egg whites. Now for the egg white portion of this recipe, you can either take eggs and divide them, saving the egg yolks to make your own ice cream that you can put inside of these for the Choco tacos. Or of course, you can just buy pasteurized egg whites from the grocery store. Now add flour, cocoa, and salt, and whisk everything together. This batter will be thick, but it should come together nice and smoothly. Now we're going to take our thick batter and we're going to put it in this piping bag. It's going to make it a lot easier to get the batter right where we want it inside the waffle cone maker. As always, I fold down the top of the piping bag and use that to hold it while I fill the piping bag with the batter. You want to cut about a 1/2 inch opening at the top of your piping bag. Spray your waffle maker with nonstick spray and then quickly wipe it off. Pipe about 2 to 3 tablespoons of batter in an oval shape and then close it. If you don't spray your waffle maker at all, when you go to open it up, the waffle will stick to both sides and it'll rip and break the waffle cone. The reason that you want to wipe some of the nonstick spray off is if you leave it on, your edges of your waffle cone get all breaky and bubbly, and you don't want that either. So by wiping it off, you're leaving just enough residue that makes it non-stick, but not so much that you're going to get this mess. After about 45 seconds on medium, you're going to open that up. I use a small cake spatula to take this out. Look how perfect. And immediately, while it's warm and fresh, you want to put it on some kind of rack. This is one of those shelf plate racks, and I use it for the Choco tacos. I like to put mine over 2, because if you put it over just 1, it's a little bit too narrow. Once your shells have completely cooled, they're ready to stuff. So obviously if your ice cream is super hard and fresh out of the freezer, that's gonna be really hard to do. So I leave my ice cream out for a little bit, or I have a soften ice cream button on my microwave. You wanna soften it enough that it's stirrable and you don't have any massive chunks. Now take your softened ice cream and put it inside the pre-made shells. Now you want to work quickly because of course the ice cream will continue to soften, and if it's too soft when you put it in the shells, it will start to spill out as you want to refreeze it in the freezer. So you want it to not be so hard that it breaks the shells, but not so soft that it starts melting out. I can do a couple at a time before I need to put everything back in the freezer for a couple minutes. So I just put all of my finished shells on a baking tray and I put it in the freezer for about 2 hours. The ice cream is refrozen in the shells, and before I pull them out, I'm going to melt some chocolate. I just use the melt chocolate button on my microwave, but of course, if you don't have that, you can just melt your chocolate over a water bath or in the microwave on medium for 30-second intervals at a time. Now you want to take one of the refrozen ice cream tacos, dip it in the chocolate, making sure to get it completely coated. No ice cream should be showing through. Shake off the excess, and then re-dip it into a bowl of chopped peanuts, completely covering the chocolate. Place them back on the tray and refreeze. Now I recommend only doing like 2 of these at a time, or pulling one out, doing it, pulling one out, doing it, so they can stay as frozen as possible. Now that they're all finished, put them back in the freezer until they're hard again, and then serve and enjoy. Now I just make a big batch with my favorite 2 or 3 ice cream flavors and then leave them in the freezer, and we're ready to enjoy the rest of the summer. So good, so easy, super fun. Thanks for watching and enjoy the next video.